Good. Good afternoon. Will you please rise for the presentation of the colors by the Wing Walker Honor Guard and remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Miss Virginia Martin.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, our home, sweet home. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sanjay Ramchandar. I'm the Associate Dean for Academic Programs in the College of Business. On behalf of Colorado State University, its faculty, staff, administration, and students, I welcome you to the Spring 2016 commencement ceremony for the College of Business. We are all here this afternoon to honor you, our graduates, and to celebrate with you your success in the completion of your rigorous degree programs. We who are not graduating also have cause to celebrate in our own right. For a new cadre of business practitioners that are about to begin a life of contribution to our culture and our society. I would like to introduce those seated on the platform. As I call each name, I ask that you rise and remain standing. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. It is a privilege for the College of Business to have with us today Dr. Dave Gilliland, Chair, Department of Marketing, Dr. Harry Turtle, Chair, Department of Finance and Real Estate, Dr. John Clark, Chair, Department of Computer Information Systems, Ms. Lynn Johnson, Chief Financial Officer, Colorado State University, Colonel Kip Terrain, Air Force ROTC, Lieutenant Colonel James Blanton, Army ROTC, Dr. Don DeTien, Associate Professor, Department of Management, Dr. Audrey Gramling, Chair, Department of Accounting, Mr. Hank Gardner, Associate Vice President of Research, Colorado State University, Ms. Jane Robbie Rhodes, Board of Governors, Colorado State University System, Mr. Gary Howard, College of Business alum, member of the Global Leadership Council and guest speaker, Dr. Beth Walker, Dean, College of Business, Dr. Ken Manning, Associate Dean for Research and Faculty, College of Business, Dr. Sue Hine, Colorado State, Dr. Sue Hine, Colorado State University alumna and instructor of finance and real estate, Dr. Don Michaels, Director, Colorado State University Honors Program. In addition, I would like to introduce our announcers, Dr. Vicki Badel-Smith, Professor of Finance and Real Estate, and Dr. Susan Athey, Associate Professor of Computer Information Systems, as well as our interpreters for the hearing impaired, Renee Wilson and Ann Von Allman. Ladies and gentlemen, the members of the platform party. You may be seated. Parents, relatives, and friends of this graduating class, like you, we are very proud of our graduating students. They display the discipline and strong work ethic that reflect the values of the state of Colorado. All of you are no doubt experiencing a variety of emotions today, a sense of accomplishment for sure for all that you've achieved, a sense of anticipation for all that the future holds, and a sense of gratitude for all who helped you in your journey. All of these emotions are well justified, and I join you especially in acknowledging your sense of gratitude to the many people who helped you get where you are today. The members of your family who supported you and sacrificed for you, the friends and partners who sustained you, and the faculty members who challenged you and motivated you. I would like to ask the members of our faculty and professional advising and career management staffs to stand. The fact that Business Week ranked our College of Business as one of the highest ranked public business schools in Colorado is due in large measure to the efforts of the individuals standing before you. Please join me in recognizing the talents and dedication of our faculty and staff who have played such an important role in the lives of those graduating today. You may be seated. It is now my pleasure to recognize several groups for special academic achievement. Candidates for University Honors Scholar or Business Honors Scholar have achieved at least a 3.4 cumulative grade point average and have completed a challenging curriculum that includes interdisciplinary honors seminars, honors courses in their major, and a senior honors thesis. These candidates are wearing the distinctive green regalia. Will the candidates for Honors Scholar please rise and be recognized? You may be seated. Candidates for graduation with academic distinction have distinguished themselves by their outstanding academic performance during their undergraduate years at Colorado State University. Under the academic honors policy established by Faculty Council, graduation with academic distinction is determined as follows. Those graduating summa cum laude constitute approximately the top 1% of the class. Those designated magna cum laude constitute approximately the next 3% of the class, and those graduating cum laude constitute approximately the next 6% of the class. These students are wearing gold or green caps and gowns. Will those students graduating with academic distinction please rise? You may be seated. The LEAD Award is presented to the graduate student in each program who represents what the award stands for: leadership, excellence, and academic distinction. It is my honor to present the LEAD Award recipients. Please rise to be recognized, and please hold your applause until all names have been called. Janine Fields Hansen from the Executive MBA, Alex Cottonstedt, Master of Accountancy, Punyawe Kraidawe, Master of Management Practice, Duyu Altoon, Early Career MBA, Greg Hershey, Professional MBA on Campus, Tamria Zertuch, Online Professional MBA, Brian Strathman, MSBA Financial Risk Management, Mary Kincannon, Master of Computer Information Systems. Please join me in congratulating these graduate students. At this time, I would like to recognize the academic success of veterans transitioning from military life through student life and now entering civilian life, having completed their college degrees. May I ask all former and current members of the U.S. Armed Forces who are graduating today to stand and be recognized. You may be seated. I'd like to now invite Colonel Kip Torain to the podium.
Good afternoon, everybody. On behalf of the United States Air Force, I'd like to congratulate all those graduating from the College of Business today. Of note, 2 of these graduates are the nation's newest second lieutenants. Would the Air Force Second Lieutenant Kaylee Harless and Michael Kelvin please stand? Lieutenant Harless will be serving your nation for her first year in the Air Force as a student combat systems operator at Pensacola Naval Air Station in Florida. After earning her combat systems operator wings from training, she will be assigned to an aircraft in the United States Air Force inventory. Lieutenant Kelvin will serve our nation for his first year in the Air Force as a student pilot at Laughlin Air Force Base, Texas. After earning his pilot wings from pilot training, he will be assigned to fly an aircraft in the United States Air Force inventory. For those of us wearing the Air Force uniform, it's our sincere pleasure to serve you in defending this great nation. And I thank you for your support and congratulations to Lieutenant Harless and Lieutenant Kelvin. Thank you very much and enjoy the graduation.
I now invite Lieutenant Colonel James Blanton to the podium.
Dean, thank you for having me here today. Today it is my distinct pleasure to recognize 2 of the newest Army Second Lieutenants today in our graduating class. Second Lieutenant Ivy Jones, please stand up. Second Lieutenant James Vigil, please stand up. I believe I'm missing one. Is Lieutenant Fiore here? There you are. Okay. So these 3 young officers were commissioned yesterday in the United States Army. Lieutenant Jones will serve as a reserve component officer here in the state of Colorado. Lieutenant Vigil will serve as a field artillery officer with his first duty station down at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. And Lieutenant Fiore will be an aviation officer with his first duty station out of Fort Rutger.
Thank you. A first-generation college student is one whose parents have not earned a bachelor's degree. An important aspect of Colorado State's mission is providing access to education so that a wider community of students may experience the transformative potential of a college education. The success of first-generation students in our college and at our university is a point of pride for all of us. As a first-generation student and faculty member myself, I'm pleased to ask all first-generation faculty, staff, and students in the graduating class to stand and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. I'd like to now invite our Dean Walker to the podium.
Good afternoon. It is truly an honor to stand before you today to recognize and celebrate our 2016 graduates. With over 900 students graduating this year, this is the largest graduating class in the history of the College of Business. This year also marks the 50th anniversary of the CSU College of Business, another very important milestone in our history. The College of Business at CSU was founded in 1966 by the late Dean Don Dobler. While business courses were offered on campus before our official founding, the curriculum centered on classes in typewriting, accounting, and shorthand, primarily designed to prepare women who were seeking secretarial positions. Times have changed, have they not? When Dean Dobler joined our college as a founding dean, he was determined to create a College of Business that puts students first and provided each and every student with an exceptional education that was not only analytically relevant, but very rigorous. He was determined to prepare our students with the skills and the confidence that they need to land the job of their dreams. With this as a foundation, over the course of the last 50 years, our College of Business is now recognized among the leading colleges of business in the world. Just this year, our undergraduate business program was ranked number 44 among public universities by Bloomberg Businessweek. As a point of reference, there are well over 500 AACSB accredited business schools in the country. Our Global Social and Sustainable Enterprise MBA was just ranked number 3 in the world in terms of social entrepreneurship. Our distance MBA program and our part-time MBA program are ranked among the top 50 MBA programs in the country, according to U.S. News & World Report, as well as among the best MBA programs for active military and veterans. The Princeton Review ranked the college 6th out of 295 best business schools in the country. We have a lot to be proud of. The College of Business would not have reached such great heights without our donors, alumni, and friends who have given so generously over the last 50 years to support student scholarships, faculty fellowships, provide funding for new facilities, and deliver mentoring and advice to improve our curriculum. In fact, we just received the largest single gift in the history of the College of Business, $5 million for 50 new full-time tuition scholarships for our College of Business students from alumnus Michael Smith. To all of our alumni, donors, friends, parents, thank you for your talents and treasures. We are sincerely grateful. Of course, it's the graduates who have given us reason to celebrate today. You have worked hard in the classroom, at your studies, in your internships, and at finding employment. As you launch the next chapter in your lives, you will now change how we do business. You will combine your new knowledge and skills with your own values to create workplaces that are inclusive and diverse, that uphold high ethical standards while remaining compassionate, that gives everyone a voice, that encourages teamwork and collaboration, and that values hard work, but that also gives back. As Rams, you are the leaders who will shape how we do business over the next 50 years. We could not be prouder of the legacy that you leave behind here at CSU, and we can't wait to see the impact that you will have on the world of business and beyond. Congratulations all. And now I am honored to introduce our 2016 commencement speaker, Gary Howard. Gary is a CSU accounting graduate whose 30-plus year career in the cable television, satellite, and telecommunications industries and ongoing contributions to society exemplify the hope we have for all of our CSU College of Business graduates. While he served as a senior level executive at several firms, he says his greatest rewards have come from helping young adults obtain a higher education and providing Denver's inner city children with an unforgettable summer camp experience through his organization, Miracles on Ice. Gary and Leslie Howard have been longtime and ardent supporters of the College of Business, establishing the Gary and Leslie Howard Foundation Business Scholarships that provide financial support for between 10 and 15 of our students each year. CSU, please welcome Mr. Gary Howard.
So this is so not going to work. Holy smokes, what a crowd. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Dean Walker, for the nice introduction. I am truly honored to be standing before you today. I'm sure if you had reached out to my professors and advisors from 40 years ago, they would be asking you, Dean Walker, are you sure on this choice? After all, this is a young man who had a hard time making it through his senior year. So I'm standing in front of you today, fortunately, to be proof that anything is possible once you have your degree. From the very sketchy end to my college career, I started a business career. I was an accounting major. In those days, you pretty much went to school, you pretty much went into public accounting for one of the big 8 public accounting firms. After seeing many businesses for 10 years, I left to develop real estate projects in Colorado and Arizona. However, along came a recession, and my plans to be a real estate mogul perished, as very unceremoniously my real estate career ended. Bankruptcy has the ability to do that to one's career. Fortunately, I discovered the new industry just developing across the country called cable television. The rest of my career was spent developing this fascinating new way to watch TV, then developing new content for all those channels, then developing satellite TV to compete with cable TV, then developing broadband to deliver high-speed internet that, of course, would eventually carry services like Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime, all of which would compete with cable TV and satellite TV. I had so much fun doing these businesses domestically that I got to do it on an international basis as well. All that happened just during my 40-year business career, which I didn't realize the business school has only been around 50 years. I guess I learned a lot in shorthand back then. I was very fortunate to be in an industry that changed the world and how we watch our entertainment, receive our news and updates of world events, communicate with one another, and yes, even shop without leaving your home. So the point here is I had a career of a lifetime in an industry that barely existed when I graduated from CSU. Now, the purpose in going through this snapshot of my business career is to point out to you that some 40 years ago, I sat where you are today, and I had no idea what I was going to do with my degree. But I was determined that I was going to do everything possible to take advantage of the opportunities that my CSU degree would provide me. Now, as I sat down to think about my remarks today, I tried to reflect back upon my graduation and tried to recall those inspirational or motivational comments I heard at that time. And surprise, I can't recall any of the words of wisdom I heard 40 years ago. But I always dream big, so I will set a challenge out to any of you. If 40 years later you can remember any of my pearls of wisdom, please contact me. It will mean that you have a great memory, but most importantly, it'll mean I'm celebrating my 105th birthday. The things I do remember about those early 1970s was lots of crazy music. And one particular song by Rod Stewart was entitled A Reason to Believe. And it included a lyric that starts out with the words, "Someone like you." Now, I guarantee Rod Stewart's song had nothing to do with college graduation or career decisions, but I'm going to borrow part of this lyric for today's talk. With the hard work you have put in, you have achieved your degree, and with your business degree, you can accomplish anything you want. You can achieve anything you want. My view is that ultimately any challenge facing the world today can be solved with business people, solved by someone like you in this room. Let me go through a few examples without getting too political in a fairly highly political year. Affordable college will never be resolved by Washington, D.C., but economic solutions can be figured out by someone like you. The need is so critical that I have full confidence that someone like you will solve the revenue and cost side of making higher education affordable to all who seek it. Social Security. It does not take a rocket scientist to figure out that a business plan established in the 1930s is no longer a viable business plan in 2016 and beyond. Again, Washington, D.C. will never figure it out. The solution is complex, broad, and far-reaching, but I have confidence that someone like you can make the program work in the future. Affordable health care, same as the two previous examples, Washington will never get it right, but someone like you can figure out a better business and economic answer to fulfill this need in America. Finding a cure for cancer. And I'm not sure any of your majors will help you find the proper genetic cure, but the scientific solution is only one part of the equation. It will take someone like you to figure out how to fund it, how to finance it. It will take someone like you to figure out how to distribute it and how to market it. All of it comes back to a solid business degree. And finally, let me throw one more real-time business example at you. Talk about dreaming big, thinking outside the box, and not being afraid to challenge the status quo. Look no further than Tesla cars. Can you imagine sitting across the table from Elon Musk, the founder and CEO of Tesla Motors, and having him explain his business plan to you? Number one, Tesla's going to a highly unionized and very capital-intensive business. I'm going to start manufacturing cars. Number two, I'm going to compete against 5 to 7 globally well-financed existing auto manufacturers. Number three, I'm going to build such a neat car, but it's only going to go about 200 miles before you have to recharge it. So good luck as you head across the country. Number four, I'm going to defy the theory of mass production. I'm going to look to sell only high-priced cars for the first 5 years. No Henry Ford Model T assembly line for Tesla. Number five, I'm going to wait 5 or 6 years before I develop a car for the mass market. And I bet that I'll take 300,000 prepaid orders on a car that no one has ever seen, and I'll do it within 4 days. You believe that, right? And oh, by the way, Tesla's going to accomplish all of this without using any of the existing car dealership networks in the United States. Now that you are all graduates of the business school, I'm not sure any of you would have jumped at the opportunity to invest based upon that business plan. But Tesla, with its unique product and dynamic founder, is alive and well, all because someone like you, someone in this room, had an idea and was very passionate and was not afraid to follow his belief and passion. Tesla went public in 2010 for $17 a share. Today, 6 years later, Tesla is selling for over $200 a share, roughly 13 times return on your investment in 6 years. Everything I can think of on a global basis of magnitude will require a whole lot of someone like you to lead the team or be part of the team. So let me end by saying again, congratulations to you. Job well done. You have all worked very hard to achieve your degrees. Now life really becomes exciting as if it wasn't before. I challenge you to use your efforts to the fullest extent and be that someone that makes a difference. You have a world of opportunity before you, and I'm excited to see how the class of 2016 changes the world for the better. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Howard. Ms. Rhodes, will you join me at the podium, please? Ladies and gentlemen, we will now award the various degrees. In this portion of the ceremony, Ms. Rhodes will confer the degrees. Students will then approach the platform to receive their diploma. I now ask all candidates for the baccalaureate degree to please rise. Ms. Rhodes, I present to you the candidates from the College of Business for the baccalaureate degree. These candidates and their fellows, in absentia, have fulfilled the requirements for their degree, Bachelor of Science in Business Administration at Colorado State University.
Well, first, I'd like to thank you all for choosing to come to CSU's great College of Business, and thank you to all the families that are here today. There's a lot of quotes out there right now that say, you know, people don't remember what you say, but they remember how somebody made you feel. I feel like I can, kind of do anything after our commencement speaker, but I hope you understand today that we really feel honored that you are here and that you've succeeded so well. So, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of the Colorado State University System, I hereby confer upon each of you the Bachelor of Science of Business Administration degree, together with all of the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Let us recognize the achievements of this group of students.
Please be seated. Graduates, parents, family, and friends in the audience, while this is a formal event, it is not necessarily a solemn occasion. A professional photographer will photograph each graduate, and we ask that you do not take photographs from the gymnasium floor. Will the departmental marshals please escort the undergraduates to the platform?
So where's the, this is Michael. Start? Yeah. The following students are graduating with a concentration in finance and real estate. Aaron J. Avery. Stephen Willem Pesci. James Mitchell Cohn. Brooke Walsh. Amanda H. Higgins. Samuel Garth Foster. Michael John Bolum. Kenneth David Cranstone. Taylor Catherine McGowan. Madison Nicole Myers. Marcos Rodriguez. Scott Michael Peters. Michelle Morgan Betzinger. Jacqueline Michelle Myro. Jacob Henry Bleskowski. Daniel F. Melton. Andrew Joseph Steinbicker. Kenneth Lee Kesting. Lauren May Parsons. Genesis Davila. Jaiwa Gong. Brett Michael Donahue. Alexander James Bodie. Nicholas George Hernandez. Daniel Wyatt Thomas. Eric Douglas Krieger. Kevin M. Kudra. Eric M. Heeden. Bat Royal Taniguchi. Tucker John Sharkey. Ryan Philip Srenko. Coleman Anthony Benson. Matthew R. Lindsay. Brandon Seth Brazo. Rihanna Ray Gallen. Madeline Kate Brown. David Charles Basinger. Gabriel Lee Jackus. Yixuan Chuen. Yifan Du. Jingyue Lu. Yishen Lu. Guanhua Lin. Lin Kaur. Ain Hernandez. Laya Hernandez. Oh, sorry, I got slow. Mark Robert Curry. Benjamin Dwight Boucher. Michaela Marie Bosch. Brian Evan Shamshur. Megan Nicole Nelson. Brandon Christian Moore. Robert Wilson Seal III. Malia Ann Michelle. Morgan Charles Jones. Theodore Jose Velasquez. Michael James Lewis. Ryan Thomas Fergan. Nicholas Alexander Heller. Aaron Reed Corey. Colton Carson Dillavue. Mary Ashley Stone. Justin Taylor Stasio. Nathan M. Leibowitz. Christopher Joseph Tefano. Thomas Edward Fenton. Andrew Joseph Rangel. Cassandra Lee Moore. Park Alexander Miller. Kitron A. Gardner. Dylan J. Polkow. Seth Carter Rizzo. Tyler Dakota Clem. Kevin Michael Johnson. Zachary Chad Nyberg. Taylor Dane Watson. Evan Philip Caney. Connor Michael Barry. Jake Evan Miller. Stephen Frederick Braun. Richard Christopher Martinez. Jerusalem Solomon. Idis Alimali. Ryan Patrick Derby. Connor Joseph Brinsfield. John Sturgeon. Colin Lee Stewart. Lee Butler. Jackson T. Bartlett. Michael Horan. Stefan Skoglund. Brett Leo Kopaz. Alec James Grimes. Andrew Larison. Stephen Daniel Melendrez. Colton James Stegman. James Evan Fanning. Scott Jube. Herbert William Kortoff III. Ryan Robert Fiore. Peter John Lorbicki. Robert David Dredge. There you go, Rob. Levi Hans Federhoff. Stephen David Lipsky. Yulian Wu. Patrick Morgan Edler. Riley James Travis. Anas Khalid Al-Tarari. Ali Al-Lawati. Saif Arif Al-Tai. Kyle Matthew Robeson. Connor James Tamai. Stephen J. Foster. Adam Alexander Baldrich. Dustin A. McCaffrey. Douglas Craig Fitro. Roy Lane Penny. Joseph Richard Astafan. Lucas Scott Corsi. Kyle David Schulte. Bradley S. Pugh. Avery Allen Booser. Matherin Weston Agnew. Austin James Hartley. Oops. Sergio Austin Almeida. Erica Nicole Redman. Matthew L. Overby. Harold Grant Hodges. William Tolan Fowler. Rachel Elizabeth Quist. Zane Thomas Ritchie. Parker D. Anthony Williams. Olivia Lauren Costello. Ramin Khan. Patrick G. Spoor. Brandon Lee Tate. Maddie Asofa. Oh, Vlad Miller. Oh, now we got this one. We didn't read with honor. I know, so we better not read more.
Madison Dawn Book. Allison Nicole Schaefer. Sydney Ann Nummerdor. Kaylee Shannon Harless. Caitlin Julia Aberly. Molly Jensen Schutzenberger. Casey L. Fittis. Reagan Delaney Pratt. Zachary Cassidy Meeker. Jane Elizabeth Schwartz. Jeffrey Thomas Sternisha. Katarina Marie Lincoln. Kyle Zachary Monas. Friedland Augustus Wegner. Alexander Jack Unzis. Michael C. Vermillion, Yujin Zhang, Jem Daniel Thompson, Leah Rose McDermott, Anissa Nakar Juarez, Emily Louise Rosa, James Joseph Vigil, Caleb William Arthur Smith, Tracy Lynn Miller, Jeffrey Charles Getz, Colin Kennedy Finnegan, Bradley Kenneth Craig, Joshua Wilhelm Jones, Landon Mitchell Staub, Hunter Dane Miller, Neil Douglas Kanan, Jessica Mendoza, Christina Marie Anila Feliciano, Lisa Christine Longenecker, Amy Elizabeth Sewell, Mitchell Dale Graham, RJ Philip Adair III, Austin Allen Hart, Jessica Marie Shepard, Eric John Rinke, Taylor James Markowski, Jeffrey Michael Dawkins, Jared Kelly Fairclough, Amanda Nicole Martinez, Andrea Alejandra Ramirez, Kimberly Alexis Klimko, Paul Christopher Walker, Rachel Ann Alquist, Jonathan M. Owen, Corey J. Clark, Victoria Marie Kungley, Naomi Elena Wallace, Giovanni Ross Cisneros, Kyle Andrew Beaton, Jack Patrick McGinn, Keith Allen Hussey, Kyle R. Delaney, Abigail Lynn Medved, Alyssa Brianne Wins, Dan D. Fannensteel, Anthony Joseph Zato, Reese William Elliott, Sophia Gabrielle Asila, Tyler Michael Clyden, Christy Jan Kanya, and Alberto Agustin Gamboa Montoya, Michael Thomas Kelvin, Adam Collins Schiffman, Logan Ellis Hicks, Christopher Stephen Bebout, Timothy Stephen Cusick, Madison Haley Dern, Judith Allegra Allen, Bradley Keith Schlegel, Weston James Cangilla, Brett Allen Lee, Max Garnett Haynes, Michael James Scatabo, Tyler Jane Kanichka, Megan Elizabeth Spillers, Samantha Maria Schuler, Megan Marie Harris, Ann William Schnocky, William Joseph Wilsford, Alexa Brittany Lyons. Kelly Page Moore. Joel Thomas Hurd. Rondell James Wright. Kendra Sherry Corso. Catherine Marie Coxey. Michelle Lynn Mothorpe. Maya Lee. Christine Nicole Papalarzik. Zachary James McManus. Daniel Charles Frenchmore. Zachary Thomas Sullivan. Jason Alexander Shetler. Nikhil R. Vermani. Alec Michael Wheeler. Cassandra Lynn Santee. Caitlin Marie Daly. Mackenzie Cotton. Omar Kuzada. Patrick James Griffin. James Trent Sutton. Ian Michael Fox. Frank Brandon Montalvo. Jared Robert Berg. Hi. Temadayo Ogadon. Andrew Bradley Robinson. Brandon Taylor Bruffman. Andrew Lauren Martin. Cameron Garrett Grand Prix.
The following students are graduating with a concentration in accounting. Jordan Robert Graniff. Georgia Ann Thomas. Shannon Gail Galligan. Catherine Elizabeth McCoy. Sam Lucas Beneke. Vincent Michael DeTiro. Zachary James Yarnell. Sichi Chang. Zhen Yang Kong. Jaiwei Zhu. Torian Lin. Courtney Marie Reeves. Lisa Ann Massera. Marissa June Kellner. Matthew William LeCount. Megan Nicole Richardson. Emily Ann Decker. Maricela Vega. Kayla Allison Myers. Hillary Holt Sass. Taylor Ann Collins. Jacob William Lockridge. Timothy Andrew Jost. William Douglas Tortillo. Rachel Ann Branson. Megan Rose Anderson. Kayla Christine Blick. Isabel Katrin Halley. Rachel Nicole Martin. Drew Salmi Lahaye. Brittany Nicole Battle. Megan Marie Ripple. Cameron James Miller. Mark Sterling Beef. Stephen M. Tulberg. Samuel James Nyland. Zachary William Rogers. Kyle Bryant Mullady. Daniel James Brown. Trenton Paul Tassetti. Kevin Thomas Franklin. Nicholas Christopher Shea. Jacob Frank Atkinson. Michael William Callahan. Jennifer Kathleen Patrillo. Tyler James Doskins. Andrew Lee Rocha. Shane Michael Evans. Allison Lynn Corsick. Tyler Joe Cox. Huyen Thi Nguyen. Ni Thi Min Dong. Petra Dane Porter. Dunya Mohammed Jimma. Caitlin May Ehrig. Savannah McCormick. Rebecca Joan Nelson. Patrina Ramona Easterbrooks.
The following students are graduating with a concentration in computer information systems. Aaron Paul Illenberger. Keegan Michael McCarthy. Clay McCarthy Conway. Adrian Voss Eager. Christian Barry Bernard Naylor. Charles Alexander Firestein. Samuel Ryan Wangsness. Sean Patrick Carey. Eric Michael Hamilton. Harlan Donald Larson. Matthew Craig McCrudden. Austin Lee Campbell. Robert John Glass. Evan James Britton. Maximilian Nelson Firth. Joshua Suhan. Christopher Dwayne Nordine. Zhen Huan He. James Leo Benjamin Jr. Michelle F. Race. Caroline Sue Trenary. Savannah Gorham Walben. Caitlin Jo Lair. Peter John White. Richard William Faulkner. Zachary Gerald Bingham. Elliot Lewis Ehrlich. Ricardo Kenny Delius Cordova. Reese Carmelo Robinson. Forrest Franklin Cribbs. Kyle Edward Bradshaw. Jonathan James Harmeyer. Austin John Volling. Zachary Tyler Hall. Jordan Rochelle Pickett. Kayla Marie Cavey. Zachary Michael Kreiner. Jacob Herget. I'll do marketing. Yeah, you can start that. Okay. That was all. Yeah. The following students are graduating with a concentration in marketing. Joseph Charles Santini. Megan Elaine Bush. Sarah Faye Goodwin. Erin Elizabeth Bradley. Catherine M. Balster. Andrew James McDermott. Gage Sutton Holland. Catherine Adair Traeger. Sydney Caitlin Boyle. Dawn Marie Ewing. Emma Ramurti. Madeline Ray Trotter. Alexandria Lynn Reeves. Timothy Luke Williams. Tyler Navin. Graham McGuire Good. Alexander Todd Welther. Luke Lloyd Cameron Nichols. Austin Lee Tuttle. Austin A. Lewis. Trey Daniel Crow. Brian Jared Holy. Rachel Elizabeth Diatalo. Alexandra Lynn Howe. Jared Daniel Wade. Cody Robert Smith. Scott Thomas Lopina. Angela Elizabeth Quigley. Lucy Marguerite Meggett. Cade Patrick Chapin. Jacob Daniel Thalen. Sky Bateman Beeler. Madeline Jean Erger. Megan Higgins. Kara Ashley Furmanek. Taylor Catherine Roach. Ariana Swikowski. Cody Harold Smith. Samuel Ralph Adams. Logan Garrett Hardy. Keith Charles Brady. Christina Allison Lang. John Daniel Morris. Quinn Anise Ecton. Tamara Mae Corsi. Kay Bennett. Audrey Grace Covey. Ivy Hazel Jones. Ona Yemen. Oma Yemen Uwamusi Odia. Kelsey Elizabeth Pearson. Adriana Alicia Colbert. Mackenzie H. Thornton. Jamie Lynn Patrick. Jesse David Haas. Alexander Sean Wasentowicz. Alyssa Daniel Voide. Angela Lee Stewart. Samantha Taylor Burke. Jeffrey Fuller Sloan. Amy Taylor McWilliams. Stephen Christopher Constantino. Mitchell Lewis Goebel. Matthew Ryan DePinto. Meredith Heather Roush. Cody J. Walker. Lauren Leslie Roush. Angela Josephine Bremer. Lauren Catherine Hoogs. Bridget Lee Burnham. Jacob Ryan Taylor. Madeline May Elmer. Caitlin Elizabeth Valasek. Tony Jean Johnson. Chimmy Uden. Lauren Milan Arakawa. Rachel Beverly Hickman. Savannah Marie Johnson. Brandon Allen Durbin. Alec Gregory Kochman. Jacqueline Taylor Kemp. Zach David Lung. Spencer Patrick Bowen. Renee Nicole Timmons. Jasmine Jade Hoffer. Austin Joseph Hensley. Sarah Elizabeth Herman. Andrea Rose Dawkins. Catherine Lynn Pakowitz. Matthew John Henderson. Caitlin Isabel Hill. Travis Wayne Proven. Joe Marie Nunez. Ray Matsu Quinville. Budmachi Natalie Naranchaloon. Brianna Lee Turnbull. Ashley Nicole Kraft. Drew Gray Vesey. Lane Marshall Boutelier. Emily Nicole Lawless. Lauren Ashley Mann. Lindsay Diane Pott. Sarah Elizabeth Goff. Matthew David Johnson. Bradley Allen Hall. Oh, Brady Allen Hall. Maxwell Gary Enright. Francisco Quinones. Ryan Lane Baldwin. Clayton James Lyle. Caleb James Chapman. Joseph William Gazewood.
I can handle that. Can I screen?
Miss Rhodes, will you again join me? Ladies and gentlemen, we will now award the various master's degrees. I now ask all candidates for the master's degrees to please rise. Ms. Rhodes, I present to you candidates for the Master of Accountancy, Master of Management Practice, Master of Computer Information Systems, Master of Financial Risk Management, the Master of Business Administration, and the Executive Master in Business Administration. These candidates and their fellows in absentia have completed their programs of study and are recommended by their faculty advisors, the Graduate School, and the Faculty Council for the master's degree. May I ask you to confer the master's degree on them?
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Governors of the Colorado State University System, I hereby confer upon you the master's degree, together with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Let us recognize the achievements of this group of students.
please be seated? Would the marshals please escort the graduate students forward to receive their diplomas?
MBAs. Let's see if there's another small one after that. Yeah, there'll be management classes. Because it's part of the master's. So I do the others, I'm moving between the because
I did practice it.
Oh, yeah.
We're the Master of Accountancy students.
Oh, you don't have your little paper? Okay. Do you have your card? Master of Accountancy. The following students are graduating with the Master of Accountancy. Taylor Gray Wild. Mitchell David Leaders. Brandon William Schlee. Jeffrey David Cotton. Eli Harris Pollitt. Natalie Angela Onofrio. Kaylee Joy Vincent. Cassia Sue Kent. Alexandra Marie Cottonstedt. Madison Alexandra Calcavera. Carlin Amanda Witt. Claire Elizabeth Swetzig. Lauren Quinn Dando. Grant Stephen Voyen. Jasser Suleiman. Jennifer Lee Andrews. Haley Alyssa Steele. Candace M. Sanchez. Rebecca Amy Micklin. Melissa Marie Haynes. Cody Randall Smith. Cindy Huang. Shelby Lee Nicolaisen. The following students are graduating with the Master of Management Practice. Emma May Morgan. Ija Yu. Patty Tsao. Punyawi Kreyawi. Chan Fianpatanawit. Dong Hak Jung.
The following students are graduating with the Master of Computer Information Systems. Shazadi Farah. Brett Powers Billings. Brandon Scott Policoni. Barry David McLeod. Barry Edmund Quinn. Donovan Albert Martinez. Jennifer Lee Pelletier. John Joseph Kershaw. Vikas Barrage. Johnny Nyatwin. Vincent Paul Galachi. Philip Arndt. Ainhal Marie Muse. Feline Ilea Pierce. Larab Casey. Gregory Holman Lewis. Hold on. Brenna Jean Mead. Marie Elise Kincannon. Sheetal Yadev. Yomaz Altansoy. Marjan Tarjan. Sami Al-Yemeni. Mahob Apgatan. Nahika Adapa. Jeffrey John Barbario. Yusufa Charles Zhao. Sanket Min. Amal Salam Alatawi. Veena Chaudhry. Chiranjeev Bandari. Kunal Ramesh Andal. Mahir Bhatt. Aparna Raghunathan. Sanita Amarashetty. Swati Madhu. Naresh Kumar Possum. Sai Suhas. Rangu Aju. Min Gao. Yinglan Zhang. Xin Tian. Ching Wen Wang. Bowie Chen. Venkatesh Gandhi. Iswara Kala. Rahul Reddy. Monica Reddy Busa Nawangari. Oh. Wait.
The following students are graduating with a Master of Science in Business Administration with a specialization in Financial Risk Management. Xin Chai. Huan Meng. Zizi Zheng. Miao Zhu. Fifanzi Aurel Suzy Guinu. Li Zhao. Abdullah Al-Shob. Yi Wang. Jirapit Watanapangsakon. Dominic Holozek. Yanbo Li. Ruan Chen. Rui Du. Jishang Fang. Yunche Li. Cece Liu. Li Sun. Jianru Tang. Xindi Lin. Ruting Zhang. Qian Trung Ha. Kyle Weaver. Samuel Scott Guffney. Hung Viet Nguyen. An Li Fan. The following students are graduating with an Executive Master of Business Administration. Brett L. Davenport. Robert Henry Redekop. Stephen Taylor Sweeney. Alexander Royce Wilschke, Esquire. Brian Jeffrey Gall. Janine Marie Fields Hansen. Derek Alexander Smith. Kate Allison Schwartzler. Corey Allen Smith. Oswaldo Ramirez. Christina Maria Riegel. Michael Thomas Armour. Scott Jason Anderson. Michael Gabriel Cedrus. Danielle Matzik. Nathan Richard Morrison. Okay, and then we'll switch halfway or something.
The following students are graduating with the Master of Business Administration. Kevin John Darty. Timothy Paul Dingerson. Mohammed Amutawa. David James Burnick. Matthew Eugene Davidson. Andrew Michael Hersher. Ramon Franco Serrano. Kimberly Chatlin. Propti Bish. Antonio Rodriguez McLeod. Alicia Ray Gregory. Megan Marie Cox. Sean Ian Ramantarzing. Louise Giannotti McKernan. George Allen Nye. Alexandria Starr Daly. Katrina Ellen Morales. Robert Fisher. John Anthony Fleece. Kaiser Rizvi. Ann C. Johnson. Paul Andrew Bratlin. Robert George William Bornheim. David J. Wendt. Jeffrey Alex Crom Jr. Zachary W. H. Cheese. Shane Miles Miles. Christopher William Dodd. Danielle Marie Fisher Steinkraus. Rudy Nathan Fors. Brian Blaine Watson. Joseph Clark Willis. Nicholas Ian Norton. Trudy Michelle Anderson. Michael James Burdick. Cody Michael Hawkins. Jordan H. Schmick. Charles Alden Durfee. Jeffrey Michael Lambert. Luann Marie Brinkley. Victor J. Hoisingen. Aaron D. Wallace. Connor Joseph Kehoe Blanchett. Dan Joseph Brissenden. David John Gilbert. Sudi C. Narayan. Nakoma Gutierrez Gudian. Roberta Teresa Garvin. Christopher James Betts. Gregory Garn Hershey. Jennifer Marie Maeda. Stephanie Ann Lilly. Christina Lynn Cheney. Matthew Ian Trim. Franklin James Gardner Jr. Ryan Garrett Quackenbush. Penn Monroe Daunt. Wendy Ann Johnson. Jennifer B. Pedno. Pamela M. Epler. Jennifer A. Tate. Karen Yazi Waisaki. William Orr Garner. Rachel Stevens. David Urbach. Susan Veras. Amanda Faye Picker. Janelle Lynn Buxton. Leanne Marie Sert. Julia Karen Peterson. Jason Luna. Kara Eastwood Baldwin. Sandra Nielsen. Garrett Sean Waltz. Joshua Greg Bates. Mackenzie Carol Ramos. Bikul Kuirala. Kevin Andrew Flint. Corey Thompson Nichols. Nathaniel Ryan Johnson. Herlindo Nino Martinez. Stephanie Atosha Clay Smith. Cecilia Dawn Salem. Darren Eugene Jameson. Courtney Ted Earl. James Zachary Cox. Sarah Patricia Zettler. Anwar Lynette Johnson. Tanya Malik Carson. Prashanth Kudaba Srinivasan. Matthias Kennedy. Trey Swicegood. Faisal Hassan. Michelle Renee Peterson. Agnes Parker Burkhart. Jacqueline Joy Whiteford. Stephanie Longy.
You want to switch?
Keith Brian Plesha. Eric Scott Roth. Christina R. Ludke. Alexandra J. Mastriani. Elizabeth Bulakovich Sanders. Cameron Albert Swen. Jared Johnson Roth. Eric John Reddick. Peter Nathaniel Millington. Brian Jeffrey Van Sickle. Kirk Wendell Summer. Abigail Soleil Barn. Crystal Kathleen Engel. Adam Christopher Ruggiero. Aaron Austin Anson. Jennifer Marie Jones. Robert Brian Sally II. Roberto Osuna Baez. Muhsin Muhyiddin. Lindsay Marie Henkel. Ashley Nicole Hoderland. Jun Zhang. Manolo Gonzalez. Timothy Joe Palero. Tommy Joel Lobato. Shawnee Rachel Schroeder. Jeffrey Sean Kerwin. Ajit Jadhav. Donald Andrew Shoemaker. Julie R. Hadley. Jason John Talley. Mark Nissel. Upindra Nath Dwari. Kyla Dawn Warren. Anita Gallagher. Jessica Ann Birch. Ryan Michael Katapsky. Brian Vance Pinnock. Michael Edward Willett. Kimberly Joan Schott. Dana LaRae Janelle. Blair Ashley Dickerson. Morgan Nicole Whitefoot. Danielle Lavelle Stella. Alexandra Jean Greger. John Vincent Hopkins. Brittany Shane Johnson. Tyler James Thru. Komal Tejas Tunk. Abhishek Naragaraja. Barnik Datta. Mohammed Omar Jeffrey. Antavius Sean Mannings.
Well, good afternoon. I'm Sue Hine, and I'm really going to miss you guys, which brings me to my role here this afternoon. And I realize that you're pretty excited. You finally made it. You've got those diplomas in hand. And believe it or not, I can actually remember many, many years ago being in your place and feeling that same excitement. And I know, too, that you're going to go forward here, but you're also leaving some of the greatest times of your life you will remember. Fun times, relationships, things that will be with you forever. So as you move on, and I know some of you will be staying here in Fort Collins, Colorado, some of you will be moving to places here in the United States and all over the world. But one of the things I'd like you to remember is that you have in common, all of you here, with over 200,000 other individuals, that you are all graduates of Colorado State University. So I'd like to be the first to welcome you to the alumni faculty, maybe some of you will be, but to the alumni group here at Colorado State. And so remember, as you do go out there, whatever role, wherever you might be, whatever you do personally, professionally, remember you are part of this community everywhere you go. Look up your fellow graduates and remember the faculty here. And whatever you do, keep in touch. Keep in touch with all of us. Make use of all of the bonds and relationships that you have created while at the university. So with that, I'm going to say good luck and go Rams.
Thank you, Sue. So now I think it is appropriate that you who are graduating show your appreciation to a special group of individuals who have contributed so much to your achievements we celebrate today. Will the parents, spouses, partners, family, and friends of the graduates please rise and be recognized? Please be seated. So I want to thank the department marshals, the announcers, the student volunteers, the Colorado Brass Company Quintet, Ms. Virginia Martin, the Wing Walker Honor Guard, our interpreters for the hearing impaired, and all the others who helped with this commencement exercise. Will the audience please rise as Ms. Martin leads us in the singing of the Colorado State University alma mater, which is printed on page 1 of your program. Please be seated and remain seated as the platform group, faculty, and students retire. Again, thank you all for coming today and enjoy a safe evening of celebration. Thank you.
If I listen long enough to you, I'd find a way to believe that it's all true. Knowing that you lied straight-faced while I cried, still I look to find a reason to believe. Someone like you makes it hard to live without somebody else. Someone like you makes it easy to give. Never think about myself. If I gave you time to change my mind, I'd find a way just to leave the past behind. Straight